What's going on YouTube? We're back here with another video on Ngihtmare, and in today's video I'm just going to be talking about characters that you could build that's really low investment, that's going to help you push your account and help you to be able to, get done what you need to get done. And I just don't want to be someone that just says that and I haven't done it myself. So we're going to go on a little aura run right now where we're just going to show off everything we've done. So as you can see, dimensional, Twilight, 30 out of 30, don't even have Yuki, so I didn't even get to use any of the buffs or anything. And let's go to Forbidden Catalyst. As you guys can see over here, Chaos one all the way up to the hardest difficulty, and I think that's really all I need to show, right? There's nothing else that's really like too challenging apart from those two. So as you guys have seen, I've been able to do the endgame content. So the characters I bring up are going to be characters I've used in that endgame content and at the highest difficulties, and which ones I think, just work really well. So let's get into it. And the first one I'm going to start off with is going to be Cassius. And as you guys are going to see, very low invested. I don't know why I have these leveled up. I really don't know why. They could stay at 1. But as you can see, not really invested into. And when I actually completed a lot of these game modes, I was obviously using Cassius. I didn't even have a legendary set. I literally had all like blue gear on him, but I did try to get max HP and defense. So yeah, I literally just had blue gear on this guy, and I literally just got the legendaries one like right now. So yeah, but really low invested, and he just cooks because he's just going to be able to draw so many cards, which is going to help you cycle through your deck. And obviously if you're cycling through your deck, especially if you could do it within, like, if you could cycle through your deck once or twice within a turn, that's going to help you so much because it's going to allow you to output so much damage, because you're going to be getting a lot of DPS cards. Plus, you're going to be able to get the cards that maybe have AP, morale on them, and so on. And he's just a great character for cycling through your deck. And he's just great with, DPS characters. And I'm pretty sure you guys have probably seen Cassius and Tressa together where they're doing this, like, unlimited attacks. This unlimited amount of turns in a turn. It's kind of crazy, and I'm actually trying to build that myself as well. But with Cassius, I've also got like a very small deck with one rally. I've got a kind of big one over here as well, which was unfortunate I couldn't get rid of these two cards, because I'm pretty sure I did get rid of them, but they ended up giving it back. But I'm trying to get oh yeah, this is the deck that I recently got, which I really wanted, was the one with Guidance of Futility. So every time he draws, he actually heals. I did have like 2 more rallies here, but they didn't end up staying, which is unfortunate. But the confiscation here is actually pretty good, especially if my other characters have like what's the one called, Eternal of Hunger? Is that what the forbidden card's called? The one that gives AP and it draws. And him being able to discard cards is so amazing with characters that have Eternal Hunger, especially because he has confiscation. I could recall it back, get an extra AP, get an extra draw. Is really amazing. So yeah, this is why I love Cassius, just able to draw a whole bunch of cards, being able to choose one as well, being able to abuse Guidance of Futility as well. So there are some cases where I don't have to bring Mika because he can heal because he's drawing so much. And obviously with characters that have other forbidden cards, he's going to be amazing. And when you have characters that combo a lot, like a Malin and stuff, he really helps because he could go out and get the cards that are needed to be able to pull off that combo. So yeah, Cassius is amazing, and as I said, really lowly invested in. You don't really need to invest into him at all, except for leveling him up over here. Now the next one I'm gonna get into is, where is she? It's gonna be, am I blind? Oh, Beryl. Yeah, Beryl's gonna be the next one. Now I'm not saying these are like the best 4-stars. Obviously I probably would have started off with Tressa first or Mika, but I'm talking about really low invested. So that's why we're going to potentials here. As you can see, nothing really leveled up at all, really low invested. And I literally was able to clear Judas highest difficulty, her alone basically. Her memory fragments, I literally just choose the one that's on my Veronica. Just get a good amount of extra attack damage, and that's pretty much it. Then with the partners, you can really just run well, this one's free, so yeah, just use this one. It gives you a bonus to your extra attack, which you're going to be using. So as I told you guys, really lowly invested, but I do have a specific build, and that's the one where she uses the upgrade opening found. So what you're doing is keeping all your retain cards, and for all the retain cards she has that you're keeping in your hand, she's gonna attack at the end of the turn, you know, with how many retain cards you have. But more opening found cards you have, more she's gonna do per card. So since I have 2 opening founds, she's gonna attack twice per retain card. So let's say I have 5 retain cards, she's not gonna attack 5 times if I've used both of these. She's gonna end up attacking 10 times instead. So that's why if you go on a run with Beryl, try to get like, if you could get 3 opening founds, you're gonna cook so much. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, and she just does a crap ton of damage, and as I said, really low invested, and I'm able to do all the content with her. Being able to, she does Judas so easily as well. Literally have that posted as well, and yeah, just an amazing low investment character. Next one I'm gonna get into is Nia. Now, even though my Nia is not built up, I can see that she's good, you know, because I think she's probably similar to Cassius, where she's gonna be able to discard cards a lot for you, and you know, draw a decent amount. Plus, you know, because she's just there to, you know, basically discard cards, draw cards, whatever, you probably don't have to level up any of these things. You probably could do the same thing as Cassius, where you just mostly just level up here. I don't know what this one does. Healing if exceeds 20. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna have that high ego recovery, but if you do, then I guess, you know, but you're probably gonna stop here. You could probably just go level one, just level this up for the sake of it, level 1, then go here, level 1. And if you want to level this up more, you know, just have that increased health, you can. But she's probably someone that you don't really need to invest in. Could probably just slap HP defense on her, you know, and whatever for the last 2, just, you know, health. And with the partners, you could just go with whatever you want. And honestly, don't sleep on this one. This one's actually pretty good as well, because if you don't use an attack card, she could heal, and I don't think you're exactly going to be using that many. Okay, yeah, you're not even going to be using an attack card, so she's basically going to heal as well alongside with her healing cards that she already has. But I could tell she's someone that you don't really need to invest in, who's going to help your, you know, account a lot, and you know, your DPS characters, because obviously she's going to be able to draw a whole bunch for you guys and discard cards, which is going to be amazing for internal hunger. So if she has internal hunger and the other 2 characters you're using have eternal hunger, she could be insane, because she could just keep discarding your eternal hungers on other characters and herself, and just abuse it, and that's just gonna keep drawing and giving you AP. Especially if you got a really small deck, it could really cook. So I could see with her with eternal hunger could be really good. Our next one I'm gonna throw in there is gonna be Ray, another character you don't really need to invest in. Now, I don't know why I have this on level 10. I just have it on level 10, but you could probably keep this on level 1 and just use her as a straight buffer, fam. And this is a set I have on literally just like leftover gear. So yeah, defense, max HP, whatever. But yeah, a character you don't really need to invest in too much in terms of potentials and whatever, because she's just there to buff. And obviously, if you're lucky enough to get her second dupe, she will end up healing from her attack, I think, one of her attack cards. But yeah, she's just there to straight up buff your DPS units. You know, 4 morale is insane. And if you have morale on other cards and you're able to use it in that turn, could also be insane. And she's just going to buff your cards. She's going to be able to exhaust cards as well. If she does she have an epiphany where she could just discard it instead? Or does she just exhaust? Okay, she just exhausts. Okay, if it was like just like sent to the discard power or something like that, that would have been really crazy with the eternal hunger. But yeah, she's gonna be a straight up buffer, just a really good character for your DPS units, and it's really as simple as that. So yeah, but I think Ray is really great, especially if you have an E2. Now I'm gonna get into the 5 stars. Okay, I'm gonna start off with Hugo, because I want y'all to look at my Hugo. Ain't nothing invested in his potentials except for crit rate. You know, I didn't even touch these 2 because okay, I'll probably do this one. This one makes sense to do, but like you could literally go level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1. I would say get this to level 5, because you just want as much crit chance as you can get, then level this one up, and that's really it. The memory fragments, I literally got 2 set attack, 2 set agony, because I always have him with Tressor, and honestly I would try to get him on 2 set crit damage as well if I could, right, with a whole bunch of crit rate. But like, just like, you don't even need to invest into his potentials that much, and he's a 5-star unit, and he's just going to end up doing insane amounts of damage, because he's just going to follow up attacks after, you know, whatever DPS character you have him with. Most of the time is going to be Tressor, right? and yeah, he's just gonna go insane, do absurd amounts of damage, and really cook. And he does have some cards that could allow him to do some good damage by himself. I think is it this one, the quick fix one? Where is it? I know he could draw, so you could really like abuse him with the new season mechanics, but I really love this one here. Decrease commence the hunt up to 5, add 1 hit for each. So when you do have that 5 stack and he uses this card, I'm telling you, he does insane amounts of damage, right? And there's another one where he does a good amount of damage as well. I don't know which, is it this one? 2 commence the hunt. Oh yeah, this is the big multiplier. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was just, yeah, maybe it was just that one. Maybe it was just that one. But yeah, does a good amount of damage, and with his quick fix and obviously the continuous follow-up attacks that he could really that he could do is amazing as well. And obviously he could also buff himself over here too. Now the only question is if you're gonna get that initiation one. The initiation one that costs 0 is the one you want, but I've seen for some people it's been hard to get. It's funny because look at 2 runs, bro. 1 before the season, right? And the first time I used them in season, I got the initiation ones. Obviously, I ended up keeping one of the throw daggers, but to have 2 of these is still worth it, in my opinion. And look, it's crazy because both of them give 1 morale, so I have that continuous 40% damage. So it's insane, man. It's insane. But yeah, Hugo's another amazing character because, as I said, it's going to do a crap ton of damage for you. Don't really need to invest into him. Now, the last one for this video, because I don't want to, make it too long. There are some more characters I can go over, but I'm actually going to throw Veronica in here. And the reason why I say Veronica is because for how much you could use her and for how many team comps she could go in, she's really low investment. Because when you go to her potentials, like, I know you see my one leveled up, but it's because I use her so much. I was like, I might as well level her stuff up. But you could literally keep this at level 1, keep this at level 1. You could level this up. Honestly, you could stop at 8 if I'm being honest. And the reason why I have these 2 leveled up because I want to have better crit rate, crit damage ratios. But literally, you could just go, level up the crit rate one and level this one up here, this node up here, and that's really it. You could just level this one up, level this one up, level this one up, 3 nodes, and that's it. The other ones you don't really need to touch, and she's gonna end up going crazy for you anyways. And the only reason you want to level up the other one is so your ballista has a higher percentage, right, with this node over here. And obviously the crit rate, crit damage ratios is something you always want to have on someone that could do damage. And this one is if Veronica's attack is greater than 700 plus 5% ballista shot damage, for every 40 attack exceeding that value, the value being 700, plus 1% up to an additional plus 10%, right? So you kind of do want to have a crap ton of attack on her. Bear in mind, I am missing 3 things, so yeah, 831. Yeah, I just feel like she's really low investment for someone that you could use so much and in so many team comps. I could throw so many more characters in there. You know what's funny? Like, I've been able to do a lot of stuff with Renoa in the end game, and I want you guys to look at her potentials. I've been able to do everything with her, and this is her potentials. Really lowly invested. I mean, I think Mika could be the same as well, but then again, someone like me, I've actually invested a bit into my Mika with these 2 over here. Now, if there's one of these other 5-star characters that I really like, characters that are really good, that is really lowly invested into, then I wouldn't know because they are locked. I haven't personally been able to use them, so I just want to clarify that one thing there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Like, subscribe, run up. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm out.
to you.